T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with
you are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. Trap Talks, New Breed on the Block series. What is good? Oh my God. Woo! What is good? I'm your boy MJ. Is this your first time tapping in? Do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on the Trap Talk with MJ podcast YouTube channel. Drop a comment. Let me know what you liked best out of each show. You know, I got different segments going on. You know, I got a lot of stuff happening here, man. So you're tapped into the right place, especially if you're into reptiles. Shit. But man, shout out to all my subscribers, all my returning viewers. If you're coming back multiple times and you're not hitting the subscribe button, figure it out. Go find Jesus or some shit. What's wrong with you? Just hit the subscribe button. Gmail's for free. Subscribe's for free. If you're into this shit, just subscribe to it. It helps it grow more. Come on, let's go. Let's get these subscribes up. It's crazy how some of these channels are just killing it with subscription. And here I am just fucking smashing podcasts. And I have 51% of my viewers who aren't subscribed. That is fucking nuts. I know there's not that many haters who come and watch my show and get information and don't hit that subscribe button. So anyways, I'm done ranting. Hit that subscribe button for your boy. Much appreciated. I see all the homies. I see all the early birds cracking right there in the comments. I'll get to you guys in just a second. But you guys know how we roll things here on this channel. Freshest and bestest rodents delivered to your doorstep. Cold Blooded Cafe is the #1 jam. $30 flat rate shipping. Go to Instagram. Go to www.coldbloodedcafe.com. Place your order. Shout to Steven. Shout to Desiree. #1 frozen rodent game. Oh my God. Frozen thawed rodent business in the game. Shout to John and Alex over at Sim Container. If you got eggs, put them inside of a sim box. Less steps, less stress. If it's a sim, it's a win. And then shout to Focus Cube Habitats all day, every day. Cannot wait to get my baddies here inside this room and get the new look going. I cannot wait to place more orders with Steven and Ashley. So please, guys, head over to Instagram, check them out. Go to their website, Focus Cube Habitats. They're the real deal. Flex in Texas all day, every day. Shout out to Jesse and the entire Freedom Breeder crew. #1 stainless steel racks based out of the United States. Globally, they're #1. Nothing beats a Freedom Breeder rack. That's a fact. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate your support. You're a real one. My boy, Miguel Garcia, God bless him. He had to burn his clothes today after his visitor came by. And yeah, he has a new fresh equipment. I'm just kidding. I love you, Miguel. I had to say that. Anyways, my boy, Miguel Garcia, AEP, Always Evolving Pythons. Go follow him on Instagram. Go check out his productions that he has going on Morph Market. My man is killing it. So if you're into the ball python game and you don't know who AEP is, damn, you better go follow him right now. And you can thank me later. Shout out to the big dog. Shout out to Tina. Shout out to Jesse, the entire AEP family. Thank you for your support. Shout out to my boy Alan, big bro in the building. Amazing basins. Follow him on Instagram. Very passionate, very dialed in with this beautiful species of snakes, the Amazon basin. My dream snakes for sure. God damn, I cannot wait to own this snake day by day. But anyways, please, my man is very dialed in. He has amazing stuff happening this year with the basins, just like his name says. But please, man, I'm telling you, if you're into arboreal snakes and you really don't know much of the basins, you're gonna thank me later if you go follow this man and see what he has going on. And then also he has amazing ball python stuff going on as well. So, and even if you're into basins, you don't know who Alan is, fucking bro, this is your time to put yourself on game. Alan is the shit. It's my boy. Also join his Patreon page if you're looking to kind of get on his list and purchase one of his animals someday. That's the best way to go about that. I'm telling you right now, best way to invest in yourself, best way to invest in your brand, in my opinion, is going to Stewart Design. 100% www.sdidentity.com. If you're looking to invest in your brand, you're doing this for a full time, whatever you do, if you have a brand and you're doing this shit for the fullest, man, I'm telling you, you really gotta take a step back and see on how important branding is. And this man can explain all that to you. Even his website explains it to you. Either way, shout out to my boy Blake Stewart. Thank you for your support. Check him out. He's a big homie for sure, making mad moves in this game. Shout out to my other big homie, Mark Bailey, over at Mark Bailey Reptiles. OG, triple OG. Go check out his productions on Morph Market. Amazing ball python productions. Heavy hitter. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Rami, the Reptile Super Show, #1 show on the West Coast by far. And then shout out to Bob, Ashley, and Brian Potter for throwing the Super Bowl reptile shows, NARBCs. What is good? Schomburg, crack, right? Schomburg? I got to remember. Is that Schomburg? Is Schomburg in July? I think so. God, I got to get on top of my shit. Anyways, see you at the next NARBC. Fuck. And then, guys, please go support US ARC. Head down to the link. Become a member today. Let's go. We got to come together. US ARC is something that fights for us to keep our animal rights, in case you didn't know that. So if you're not a member, figure it out. Go down, become a member, and then go to YouTube and look up US ARC's YouTube channel. Subscribe to it, and that way you can stay on top of every single piece of event, and any kind of news updates will be current on that YouTube channel. So thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you if you support US ARC. You're a real one. Thank you for being on my team, because I support US ARC all day, every day. If you want to figure out what I got going on more than podcast stuff, because I do breed snakes, I do work with snakes, I am very passionate. Other than the podcast stuff, I'm not somebody who just likes to talk about snakes. Motherfucker, I'm really doing the damn thing. I'm keeping it too, just so you know. Don't get it twisted. See a lot of podcasters out there talking reptiles. You fucking only keep all pythons. Shut up. Jesus. Go test yourself. Anyways, go see what I got going on. MJ Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E on Instagram. Follow your boy. Follow the podcast's Instagram page, Trap Talk with MJ Podcast. Shout out to my Twitch viewers. If you're watching for Twitch, you are a real one. If you would like to support this channel, more than a subscription, more than a like, best thing you could do is send a super chat, man. If you have a question for my boy Calvin Garcia, drop a super chat, and I will make sure I put it on the big teleprompt, and we answer that question for you. Super chats. Don't be shy. My boy Calvin deserves a lot of super chats. He's a real one, and he actually drops a lot of super chats. He is not cheap. Calvin is not a cheap player. Even though he's not. I can't talk shit. Calvin's not cheap. I love him. Anyways, there's times where I don't. Trust me. We'll get into it. Anyways, so other than the super chats, if you like to send any other donation, Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E to PayPal, man. I take it. Dude, thank you. You guys send me donations. I fucking love it. I do this for a full time. I am not kidding. This is my full-time gig. So I appreciate any donations. Shout out to my Patreon members, my Trap family, La Familia. Love you guys. Thank you so much. All my Patreon members, you guys know who you are out there. A lot of you are always in the comments. I'm going to say what up to you guys right now. But if you want to become more a part of this podcast further than watching episodes, if you want to tap in behind the scenes, if you want to meet the Trap family, if you want to get tapped into the Discord, if you want more out of this reptile hobby industry, whatever the fuck you want to call it, go down to the link below. Come join us. Come join the Trap family, the Trap Patreon Familia. Okay, we don't fuck around. I mean, We all got each other's backs. We all look out for each other. Nobody gets scammed. And if somebody does get scammed, we all investigate that shit. You feel me? Nobody talks shit about each other. We literally ride for each other. I'm dead ass serious. The Trap family is, there's no faking it. I'm telling you right now. I love all you guys. Seriously. So if you're a real one and you want to become a part of a real ass Patreon family, then come join us. Come fuck with us. As soon as you do, I'll give you that link to the Discord and you can say what up to the family. Woo! All right, let's go. Promo's done. Oh, what am I doing? Shout out to the early birds. Who's here in the early bird? Hold on, let me get my. By the way, I do want to say I do have other. Wait, where'd it go? Anyways, I'm tripping right now, bro. Anyways, who's here in the early birds? I want to see who's in the building for my boy. Damn, what's up, Matt? Evolution Exotics, Trap Talk, Patreon, La Familia in the building. Haven't seen him in a minute, but best believe he's gonna pull up for the homie Calvin. That's a real one right there. Thank you for being here, Matt. Appreciate it. Royal Bama Reptiles, the homie Blake. I hope your wife pulls through tonight, Blake. But Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. The homegirl Chantel, Pacific Rim Serpents, Team Zoo Dreams in the building. Trap Talk Patreon, La Familia. You're a real one. Thank you so much, Chantel, for being here. The homie Austin Anderson, Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Claudette Willard. What's up, Claudette? I have an Aunt Claudette. I like that name. 1776 Exotics. Trap Talk, VIP, OG, Patreon member, all day, every day. Be ready. We got a lot of stuff in the works coming this summer. And that's all I got to say. That's my dog right there. Big Mike in the building. Go follow him on Instagram. Wise guys, forget about it. Just showed my wife Goodfellas for, I think, the second time. And I actually think she paid attention. What a movie. Anyways, thanks for being here. The homie Jacob. What's up, Jacob? Actually, no, Jacob. I'm mad at you. I'm not going to talk about you right now. Sorry. Whatever. Lily, what's up, Lily? Thanks for being here, Lily. Lily's a day one Trap Talk Patreon family member all day. And even though I'm not talking to my friend Jacob right now, he's also a Trap Talk Patreon member, and he has heavy ass production. That's all I'm going to say about Jacob. Force Python, the homie Kevin in the building, Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Thanks for being here. Robust Reptile. Sounds exotic. Not like the Reptile exotic either. Thanks for being here. Trap Talk Patreon. No, you're not. Actually, never mind. Take that back. Deviant Glass. What is good? Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Blow some sick ass glass as well. That's a homie. The homie Big E. What's up, E? Thanks for being here. And his wife Ivory. Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. That's a real one. Heathen Hatchery. What is good? Heathen Hatchery. I like saying that. I don't know why. Patreon member all day, every day. Thanks for being here. The homie Jason from Genomic Labs finally tapped into the boa game. He's getting some boa production heat that I produced. Guess what? I still have a couple boas left. If you want to tap into the boa game, let me know. I got some sick ass fucking like hypo jungle, T positive albino blood shit going on. I'm done. It's going to be sick. But yeah, bro, can't wait to get you your steak. He's a real one. Definitely. Sound Serpents, the homie Sean Perry in the building. Trap Talk Patreon fan member all day, every day. Triple G, who just had his first clutch a couple weeks back. I think, he's like day 30 in this shit. That's my homie right there. Team Zoo Dreams, Trap Talk, Patreon fan member all day, every day. Go follow my boy. He's going to be killing it. He has a lot of my productions, and he's going to be killing it. I would go fuck with this guy for sure. Bods Exotics, what is good? Thanks for being here. Trap Talk, Patreon fan member all day, every day. Manuel Noriega, what is good? Thanks for being here. Trap Talk family member all day. Eric S'more Factory, what is good? The homie Austin Anderson with the $4.99 super chat. We're going to end it with that. All right, guys, listen, 57 people in the building for my boy Calvin. That will increase. But what I would like to increase are the likes. Let's get the likes up, my boy Calvin, and let's get this new breeder on the block series going. Because who would have thought? My boy Calvin Garcia. I only know about Calvin Garcia via Brian Cusco. Okay, here's the thing. Calvin used to message me, and I just didn't want to answer it. I think he had a Charger jersey on. He had some sort of football jersey. I remember seeing a jersey on, and I just didn't fuck with it. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I was like, whatever, he seemed really young too. And he was young. I think he was like 15, 16. We'll talk about it right now. But anyways, Brian Cusco told me about Calvin. He's like, dude, this kid is like, he's different, bro. Like he has a big heart. He's passionate. And soon enough, once I got to know Calvin or even had a simple conversation with him, kid's different. Definitely built different. He's young, but also like old soul, like all the other young players in here that I like to fuck with, like the Acevedo, Kush, and shit like that. But I said, listen, the guy hasn't had any clutches yet, but that's a given. I feel like if he really wanted to have a clutch at this point, he could. He's doing things so differently. He's taking his time, fresh out of high school, but literally working like a 6-year-old fucking man, keep breaking his back every day. But anyways, here he is, my boy Calvin Garcia, who doesn't have a reptile name yet, which I hope he has homework. He's supposed to present what he's going to call himself. And if not, I get to pick it. But anyways, here he is in the flesh, Calvin Garcia. What's up, Calvin?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for allowing me on the podcast.
Are you nervous? Don't lie.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't.
Dude, well, listen, I don't need to be. I'm your boy. I'm not going to do anything bad. Even though we do put you through a lot, I got to say I'm happy to have you on the show because, like I said, bro, like at least 3 years ago, and we've known each other for at least 3 years, I want to say. And
yeah, something like that.
And you're 18 or 19, remind me.
I'm 19.
Okay, so 3 years ago. So 16, let's just say 16 is when I met you, right? You've come a long ways, bro. And what I mean is, like, not obviously like you becoming a young man, but just you fucking having an awesome collection that you've been building up. So before we get into all that, I want to know, like, when in high school or when in middle school did you really start kind of looking at your animals like, I need to kind of get into this? Like, when did it kind of cross your head that this is what you wanted to do?
So initially it kind of started off like 6th grade. I was really big on a lot of lizards and stuff. I still actually, I think I have it here somewhere in my desk. I did a reptile report because it was a report day for school, and I did a reptile report on a rhino iguana. And so I had to draw out a picture. I had to write like facts and stuff and whatnot, and that's what kind of got me going. There was a reptile specialist that came up in the class on a Wednesday for a career day.
Right.
And he brought a Burmese python, he brought some corn snakes, some rosy boas, and he brought a huge black and white tegu. The tegu was what kind of really got me into it.
All right.
And then that was what kind of shot my interest.
Okay.
But after that point, it didn't really kick off until I wanted to kind of get into. I had like some bearded dragons and stuff, but it didn't start until I got to the Pomona show in 2020. That's when I went there with intentions to get a snake, and I ended up coming back with a white-lipped python from Dan Malari, the man.
Wow.
So, yeah, my dad and I took a trip out there, and we came back with a. Actually, no, it was 2021. 2020 was the first year we went, and we checked everything out first.
Okay, hold on. I don't mean to stop you, but hold on. You picked up. I'm not gonna lie. The biggest thing that made me give you respect right off the bat was when you dropped. And I hope this doesn't get you in trouble with your parents because you were 17 when you did this, I believe. But you dropped like $1,500 with me on a snake, and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. Like you just dropped it like it was hot, and so. You were already kind of investing before the white lip, I'm assuming then, right? Like you were already buying ball pythons and like going that route before you got into white lip or any of the exotics. Is that correct?
No, I went on the deep end. I went in the deep end.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
you got that clown after the white lip.
Yeah. I got ball pythons after I had white lips and scrubs.
I stand corrected. Please continue.
Yeah, so 2020 was the interest for. I went there. I tried getting in there. We weren't gonna make it to the show originally, and I was pretty bummed about that. I had actually gotten in trouble that week at school, so we weren't gonna make it. But my dad last minute, he's like, "All right, well, let's go." So he took me out on the Sun. We ended up making it Sunday. We didn't make it for the Saturday, and you all know that Saturday is the best day to go for the show.
Right.
So we made it Sunday. And first thing I did is I ran inside and I started looking. I started asking around who's got white lips, and there was.
Okay, slow down, Frijola, because what was the inspiration behind the white lip? Like, what were you coming across that was like, I need a white lip? Like, for me, it was at a show. Like, I saw it at a show, and I was like, what the fuck? And I bought it, but I knew anything about a white lip, and I'm curious on, like, what was it that made you be so freaked out as far as wanting to get a white lip, and then how much knowledge did you have behind the white lip before you bought it?
So the first person that I had seen with a white lip was a business, Middle Earth Reptiles. He had a nice white lip on Instagram that I had seen, and then he had actually brought it to the show with him. So I had seen it on Instagram, and so it was like, okay, that's what I wanted to get, that's the snake that I want to be like introduced into the hobby with, so that's what I went there for. And I had already kind of I had hit him up on Instagram and talked to him a little bit about like the care and stuff. And that's when I really got into the forums. I started watching a lot of Reptile Raptures videos. I know that they've got a couple pairs of white lips, and he's actually successfully hatched them.
Right.
So he's got Southerns and Northerns. But it was nice talking to them for sure. I got a lot of background info before I jumped into it. Oh gosh.
Dude, so your mom, she's tapped in. By the way, shout out to Millie Garcia. What a job, Mom, on raising this kid. Even though I am going to go in on him at some point, so I'm going to be really nice about it. But your mom knows how much you paid on the white lip, so you were really communicating as far as what you're buying, right? Like no.
No, my mom knew, but my dad was the one that didn't know. And he still, honestly, like, I love my dad, but he doesn't know what, like, not even a quarter of what I've spent on. Like most of the stuff.
We don't need to get into that.
No, I know, but like most of the stuff I have were the red buttons he said not to press, and like I pressed. I was like on an elevator, you know, you just press them all.
I know you press my buttons too, and I get it. I know you're.
Yeah, but you like it, so don't.
Your poor dad. Sometimes you do when I'm like, do not do this is the wrong time, and that's when you'll go, and you fucking light me up like a tree, and then I'm like, God damn it, and then you disappear is what pisses me off. You'll like drop some heat in the group chat that will really make me mad, and before I could even respond, he's gone. And then he comes back 2 hours later. Anyways, it's different shit. Yeah. I'm curious because you know I want to know. A lot of people want to know. Like, obviously, you're not brought up with your parents just spoiling you and just like, here, you know, go ahead and buy $1,000 animal, right? Like you had some sort of gig or grinding going on at this age, like, correct? You had a job and you were making your own money, or how are you providing to get these snakes?
So I started working when I turned 17. I started working for an asphalt company. So we were doing a lot of paving, seal coating, and striping and whatnot. And we're out here in the coast of California, but we started doing work in the valley, up in the Visalia area, Ridgecrest, where Antoine's at. But we did that over the summer, and all the schools, since it's summertime, it's the school's best time to get work done. While the kids are gone. Yeah, so we went and we had nothing but school. So every job we did was prevailing wage. So I was getting pretty good money. I was bringing home like almost $2,000 a week, and we did the whole summer. So I put about like 95% of those checks back into the collection. And I spent like 2% on my parents, and then the rest was like food and stuff. Yeah.
Your parents, yeah. Mom, I can tell you right now, this is going to change at some point. There's a reason behind all this. You're investing in your son. Good job. I appreciate it. But
it was crazy.
Okay. I want to know right now. You know, well, I mean, obviously, you know, you jumped into the deep side first, right? And then what was it that made you think like, well, maybe I should dabble in the ball pythons? And was it money influenced? Is what got you into ball pythons? Like, you could be real.
So, I respect for a lot of the ball python breeders and stuff, but I hated them. Like, I hated every bit of a ball python.
You keep it real, keep it 100.
No, I did. I thought they were, you know, ugly, that no one was ever gonna get anywhere with them, and they were just it's not my thing. You know, that's why I started with white lips and scrubs. It wasn't my thing, and nothing caught my eye until I started seeing the clown stuff. Once I saw some clown combos and pied combos, that's when it really caught my eye. And then once, like, it initially caught my eye from the combos, but then once I saw that there was the money involved, I thought it'd be a smart investment and something cool, just as like a pleasure to kind of have the ball pythons going, because, you know, whatever money comes from the ball pythons obviously back into the collection. So that's I feel like that's a good and I think that's what most people do, is they're just in it to fund the collection, you know, for ball pythons. I don't know a single person that'll sit there and look at a ball python like, I only want this snake just to look at it and hold it. Like, I'm sorry, I don't.
You definitely wanted more out of it, I could tell. I mean, but listen, that's kind of why, you know, here's the thing. I only knew about ball pythons, period. And so what inspired me to get back into ball pythons is just wanting to have one again. But after I got into snakes that, you know, have more of a personality and do more like interaction with you, and they look at you in the face and you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, you have snake. We'll talk about those species that just look you dead in your eyes, and you're just like, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But what were some of the people you were following? Were there any kind of like vlogging you were watching that kind of showed you the money side of things, or did you just kind of understand that what was involved with the ball pythons when you were getting them?
I didn't look. I think that Brian Cusco, actually, I'll mention him. He was the first one that I went to when I started looking for a ball python, and he kind of guided me, and I thank him to this day about it, because my first ball python I was gonna get from him was a male Enchi clown, and so first thing he told me, he's like, I'd love to sell you a snake and then be the person to give you your first ball python. But he's like, I can't sell you it. And I'm like, why not? And he's just like, because I want to give you the best advice possible. Start off with females. And, so he's like, I've got this female available if you would be interested in her instead. So that's what we did. I ended up going and getting the females from him. And once I got the female from him, I was like, all right, I'm ready for the next one. So I jumped on the morph market. And that's where I kind of saw the prices. At first, my eyes were like, "Whoa, that's a lot of money," for something. I'm like, "Whoa, this is like Craigslist on steroids," But it's yeah. So that's where it kind of got me intrigued about like the prices and like, oh, I could do this and have snakes and that will take space in my house, but also bring me money, back into the collection. So. That's what kind of got me going for that was definitely Morph Market and Brian Cusco. So
okay, now let's kind of talk. I mean, we're just, no offense, but we're gonna get some of this ball python talk just out of the way before we tap into the real shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I want to know what's your game plan now with your ball pythons. Obviously, it's been a couple years since you've been stacking. You even bought some heat from me last year. Respect. So, as of right now, what's the direction that you're heading with the ball python game?
So I've actually been doing a lot of thought on my collection as far as ball pythons go, just the ball pythons. I definitely want to kind of redirect the collection. I think it's the smarter move. I mainly don't want to fall behind. And, when you're starting off, you want to, you get what you can, impulse buys and whatnot. And for me, some of those were a little bit of the lower end, and I don't want to do that. So I think right now my main focus is going to be clown. A lot of clowns. That's what got me into the ball pythons first. So right. I have a majority of my stuff is clown or het clown, or that's what it's coming to be. And then a lot of other stuff is pied. So right now, like 50-50 kind of, I've got visual clowns, het clowns, and I've got visual pieds and het pieds. So I've got a couple of other things, but I think I'm definitely going to be letting go of a couple of things pretty soon, so that way I can kind of redirect what I want. And then I've got a few DG. I've got a female coming soon. That's a double het clown DG. So, and then I've got and then I've got a proven. I've got a couple things coming from Jacob too. I think I've got a proven female coming from him. Fire het clown. No, it's an Enchi het clown. My bad.
You can't even deny that. Jacob has the kind of heat that will literally fucking put you on in the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah, that's why it was kind of it was like a need. It wasn't a want. I think it's a need.
You know what? So do I with Super Dwarf stuff. Okay, Jacob? So do I.
Yeah, I heard he was buying like some orange snakes or something.
I have all this heat that I was like, bro, get a female, please. He's like, no, I really want to get a male. And then he goes to Andrew Acevedo, the OG, young OG, and he buys a female from him. I'm like, wow, thanks. And he's like, yeah. And then I'm going back to him next. Then he's like, yeah, I'm going back to him next year and buying a pair. I'm like, wow, thanks.
Yeah.
I love Jacob. Correct me if I'm wrong, dude, but I did mention that before we went live that I felt like if you really wanted to have things sped up and if you really wanted to get a clutch, I think you could have made that happen at this point. But I feel like you just don't really care about rushing anything. Am I right? I mean, right? I feel like that's kind of like your ammo is like you're just flowing with things and you're really just grinding and doing things right now.
Yeah, I think if I wanted to have the clutch, I could have just bought in some het females that are already up to size, or 800 grams to 1200 grams off Morph Market, which they're there. You can definitely do that. I know of plenty of people that have done that. But I think for me it was getting what I wanted at the time, and whether that be a baby or a sub-adult or adult, that's what I was gonna do. So
Right.
I had a local homie that was he recently just got out of it. He still has a couple things, but he mainly just got out of the hobby. He's got a few things right now, but
Right.
I was getting a lot of my heat from him. I had a lot of cypress pied stuff, a lot of pieds, a lot of het pieds and stuff. He was really into the pied game, so I got a lot of stuff from him. But I think, but it was all hatchlings, and that's what was my that's why it's been so long. Those past couple of years has just been raising stuff up. My first ball python was I got in the middle of 2020, so
Right.
that's what it was.
Let's kind of talk about what it's been like out here. I think I hear feedback from your laptop. I'm not joking. Like when I talk, I hear like I'm hearing my voice. See, this is what I was concerned about, Calvin.
Can you hear anything now?
No, it's when I talk. It's only when I talk. But anyways, I think listen, just be prepared. If it gets worse, we will have to switch things up. Okay, just so you know.
That's fine.
Okay. Anyways, fuck. What was I getting at? Oh, okay. I have an idea. Okay, yeah. Because listen, now I know. I don't know what I was going to go now. Now I fucked up. What were you talking about just before this?
Hatchlings and taking my time on grabbing, like, instead of skipping.
Yeah, because here's one thing. Okay, Calvin, you're somebody who does pay a lot. You pay attention to what's going on. I mean, you come and tell me things. I tell you things. So I feel like whatever I'm looking at, you're looking at for the most part, right? So I feel like you could easily be influenced to want to start a logo and do all this shit, but you haven't yet. Like you haven't started an Instagram page that's dedicated to your animals yet. And I'm curious. And all seriousness, I know I've kind of told you need to have it by now, but for real, it's like, what's going on with that? Like, do you feel like you really need to be somewhere established animal wise before you even want to go that route, and that's how you personally feel about it, or why haven't you done it, or are you just fucking lazy? Like, you could be real.
Okay, like honestly, I wanted, my collection isn't up to my terms, it's not up to par how I want it,
Right.
I want to have my stuff in a nice Freedom Breeder rack. Shout out to Freedom Breeder. Definitely, I want to have Freedom Breeder rack. I want to have and it's hard in my room because I don't have the space. Like you can see, like I've got a rack here or here, and then I've got a rack over here and a rack over here. So it's scattered. It's not how I want things to be. And I feel like if I want to put myself out there to the extent of how others do, I want to do it right in my opinion and how I view jumping into the hobby. So I think for me, it was.
And honestly, this is why I give you so much credit, because I feel like if I came into the being knowing how I was at your age, and I had the job I had because I wrote my own check. I was in sales and I was really good at it, right? But still, like, this is something where it's so easy to take the wrong route. It's easy to do shortcuts and fuck yourself big time in this game. And I feel like you've been so cautious about taking any shortcuts. And I feel like that's really mature of you, bro, at your age. Like, that's very like advanced. I feel like you are looking at everything down the road and not right now, which is I always advise anyone, like, if you're into this game, don't look at things now. You need to look at like 3 years down the road and envision what you want that right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I am curious, you know what I mean? Do you have any goals as far as getting clutches on the ground this year, or do you feel like you have a certain program on when you want to start breeding and rolling things out? What's going on with that?
So I did buy a female already gravid.
What? Who?
But I told you this. What are you talking
You did? Sorry, I must have been.
I did. I told you.
From
It's
who?
okay. It's some dude that's local. He's not.
I don't remember this. I'm not gonna lie. Tell me. Can you repeat? Tell us what the situation is. I'm curious.
Anyway, so he actually fell. He had a bad accident, and both of his ankles snapped. So out of work. Yeah, out of work. So he had to sell pretty much all of his stuff. And so I got two ball pythons from him, both 800 grams, 850 grams.
Okay.
I got a visual clown female, and then a visual pie. I got a dude that was a steal. And so, Yeah.
What's
And
gravid? What's gravid?
so I got those, but I also got 2 more from him. I got a male, another male, and then I got a female. The female was a bumble belly het clown. She was the gravid one, and I'm not the biggest fan of spider, so I didn't do it for the female, but I did it for the babies that were possible, because she was bred to a pastel special gravel double het clown ghost boy. So there's some good babies, some potential for some of those babies that are in there.
Yeah.
There's about like 4 eggs in her right now. Looks like. So.
Did she have a prelay yet or anything like that, or?
Yeah. So he said she was gravid, and then he palpated her and felt. He said he felt about 4 to 5, and then I grabbed her, and then she came with me. She ovulated, and then she had her prelay. I think about 16 days ago. I'd have to check, but so I'm just and I've got my incubator ready. So that's
what kind of incubator you have?
Sea serpents. How about
Nice. I need one. I've been texting Chris, but I need to actually physically call him CEO up for us. I need that sick ass incubator, because they have like that real big one. That's like, they can basically customize whatever the fuck you want, that's why I love sea serpents. But awesome, bro. Fuck, you're about to have your first clutch soon. Cool. That's awesome.
I don't count it as my first clutch.
It lands with you. It doesn't matter, bro. You're the one that's gonna have to put in the incubator. You're gonna.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least a split clutch at that. You know what I mean? Like, you're still doing the work. You know what I mean? So, good job. But listen, I gotta ask you, dude. We have to switch, bro. This feedback is killing me, bro. Yeah, go and
okay.
Let's switch it up. Go and dip out.
All right, 1 second.
Yeah. I told him. I knew it. Future reference. Anyone out there who I invite to come on the show, 9 out of 10 times, your phone is going to work better than any laptop, any computer. I know a lot of you like to use the computer when you have a nice one, but dude, I'm sorry. Just StreamYard, just use your phone. Unless you have like an Android. Sorry. All you Android users out there, what the fuck? How do you still have an Android? I'm curious. Why do you still have an Android? I'm curious. Don't talk to me about megapixels and all that shit. Why the fuck do you have an Android? Get with it. God damn it. It makes group chats weird. Everything fucked up with an Android. And I worked in the cell phone industry for fucking almost 11 years and never understood an Android, ever. Slowest motherfucking things ever. Crashing. Anyways, what a great episode. Guys, do me a favor. Let's get the lights up for my boy Calvin, who's resetting everything right now, obviously. I don't know about you guys, but I heard, like, every time I was talking, I was hearing my a high-pitched version of my voice hitting me back, which fucks up my concentration. But anyways, we're about to tap into some amazing shit. We're getting some ball python talk in. If you're just catching up, we're talking to our boy Calvin Garcia here on his up and coming with his foundation of his species that he's working with, man. Like I said, he's about to drop his first ball python clutch, which is amazing. And just curious about some other stuff. But damn, I should maybe take a dab at this point. Who knows how long this guy's going to be. But appreciate everyone tapping in. I appreciate everyone who supports the homie Calvin. Who's in the building? I'll say hi to people in the comments right now. Let's see. Hi, Desert Pythons. What is good? Wait, this isn't the Calvin from the McDonald's. Wow. I forgot about that. I'm not even gonna lie. Shout out to my boy Antoine Hood. He's so funny. Look at the homie Matt Summers laughing. What a guy. Who else is here? Big dab. Yeah, I should do a fat dab because Calvin is Calvin. Like, God bless him. He's not the most technology savvy person, even though he's young. So he's like that one of those people. Who knows? He might not even come back. For all I know, he might even tap out. But hey, listen, how's everyone's season going? Anyone have something sick that they just hatched out that they could drop in the comments? And they better be sick. If it's a ball python, especially, better have at least 2 recessives. Drop something in the comment if you produce something hella sick, and I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, let's see. The homie Johnny Python's in the building. What's up, Johnny Pythons? Hey, bro, Tom Stokes is real. How do you feel about that? Tom Stokes is real. I got his number. I know what he looks like. He's a real guy. So, Johnny Pythons, what an episode I had with that guy. Check it out. The homie Florida born exotics, family members over there in Florida. Can't wait to go fly over there and kick it with them. This beautiful couple here. Go on their boat someday. It's gonna be awesome. Let's see, Calvin, you're really taking a long time right now, my man. Really taking a long time. But let's see, who else is here in the building? Oh, here he is. Fuck, dude. I feel like you're still on your computer.
Okay, so do you still hear it?
I don't, but I feel like you're still on your computer.
I am, but it was because my parents were listening to it on the TV in the living room, so I think it was hitting my room.
Okay.
So
cool.
I told them to shut it off. They're on their phone.
All right.
Let me know if it does come back up. I will switch to the phone. So.
Well, listen, I'm just glad you came back. I didn't know if you were going to come back at this point. I was about to just start smoking myself retarded. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so we were talking about you just dropping your ball python clutch with about 2 weeks. It's about 2 weeks in since it's pre-lay shed, right?
Yep.
You got the sea serpents, all that, perfect. Honestly, I think we're good on ball python. Anything you want to say before we move forward to what matters?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, so let's get back to the routine of you getting into white lips, okay? Because if it's one thing I do respect about your game, Calvin, I we talked about how you picked up a Blade Enchi Clown from me 3 years or 2 years ago. Let's talk about what you picked up last year. I was in a position where I didn't have to, but it just made it easier if I parted ways with some of the snakes that I was building in a passionate project of mine. But these are snakes where I just can't give them to anybody. Like, very difficult for me to hand these snakes over, okay? And I was, and you're interested, right? You're interested, and I was like, dude, I'm scared to tell you how much these are. Like, these are fucking adult TIMORs. Like, hello, these are the real deal Holyfield. But I'm curious on why you were inspired so much to even want to get TIMORs. And this is just TIMORs. We're going to talk about the scrubs and many other species, but like, where from white lips to what, man? Like, what's going on? Where's all this inspiration coming from of you wanting to get into these different species?
Dan Mallory.
Wow.
Dan Mallory, I watched he won scrubs because after white lips, it was white lips, and then right after white lips, I got into the scrubs. And and of course, Dan Mallory being major scrub guy, I watched a lot of videos from him, and he did his trips to the farm and to Malaysia, Indonesia, excuse me,
you're right,
whatever it might have been. So that's, I think, a lot of the obscure kind of stuff that I keep now is a lot of it's inspired from Dan. He kind of got it going for me. He kind of gave me the itch, and then once I started following you, you didn't help at all. You made it worse, like significantly worse. Like not just a little bit. Like you gave me a whole rash like everywhere, dude. I was itching. Like I'm like I need this. So. Yeah.
Why you watch my stories? Don't watch my stories. Could be bad for your health. And
I didn't want to, man. I didn't want to, but you're like, watch my stories, buy my snakes, and I was like, all right, cool.
But listen, at the end of the day, obviously somebody did that to me. Like Forrest was the one who fucking put me on all this shit, and Andrew and Steven. And I would say Forrest dropped knowledge about these things, but me physically seeing these things kept was Andrew keeping his shit with the locality specific, Steven with all the scrubs, visiting them. All that shit was just like a rash, like you said. It was just like I couldn't get it off my skin. I was like, dude, I need this. And right when you get a taste of something, it's like you kind of need, how are you gonna have one of it? You need more. Like, you know what I mean? And dude, you got a pair of my TIMORs, which is nuts. Which I'm curious, how are they doing? How was it? How is it acclimating these different species other than the ball pythons?
It's
be real.
Okay, hard. Okay, easier than what people make it out to be, and it might just be my luck, But I think it's easier than what people make it out to be. I feel like people overdo their quarantines. I feel like they overdo a lot of things when they get a new animal and they overthink it. So I think for
Careful
me,
now. I want to hear I want you to elaborate on. And by the way, I hear the feedback still. I could definitely hear the feedback.
what?
It's not your parents. It is
Okay.
my voice. Just so you know, we're gonna keep this going. But I'm right now. Just so you know, okay? We're gonna
All right,
keep moving.
we'll shake on it. Cool.
No, we're not shaking anything right now. Okay, God damn it. What were we talking about again? Now I'm fucking. I have ADD. I'm distracted. What were we just talking about just right before now?
We're talking about the feedback. No, I'm just kidding. We were talking about the feedback. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're talking about what? No, tell me. No, seriously, what were we talking about? Because I'll forget.
The establishing.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Elaborate more on over quarantine, because I do agree with you to a certain extent. I just want to hear what your over quarantine is in your head. Let's hear that.
For me, I feel like people do too much as far as the setup that they put them in, the quarantine, whether it be a tub or a rack or whatever it is. I feel like they want to put tons of plants and they want to put tons of too much of whatever it is that needs to go for that species, right? Whether it be perches, too many perches, wrong size perches, or that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much what I'm kind of aiming at. Is if someone, like for instance a green tree python, I see a lot of people do. I want to do I want to keep it over bedding, Matt Summers. But I mean, no, I'm just sorry. But no.
Honestly, listen. I feel like Matt Summers did a lot of right things in a way by not telling anybody what he was doing with the chondro, because he knew if he would have told me, if he would have told you from the beginning, we would have talked him out of what he wanted to do for this animal. And it's not about us, bro. And when you get your snake, it's not about whoever the fuck. It's about how you feel you should do things. And Matt Summers copied whatever Dan had for that chondro. And that's why I saluted him. I said, okay, respect. If that's what Dan was doing and that's what you feel. And I always feel rule of thumb, if you're worried about acclimating something, just copy the exact same thing that it was in before you bring it over. Don't do anything fucking drastic. Don't put it in a 4x2 or, make a fucking goddamn bioactive thing out of it. No, take the safe route. You know what I mean? So I will say, shout out to Matt Summers on that one.
Yeah. If it works for you, it works for you, So.
And that's the thing, Calvin. You know damn well how you could get advice from anywhere, and you could get overloads of advice. You got to figure out what it is that makes sense to you, and you got to go what you feel suits best for the animal. You know what I mean? Because Warren Booth, obviously, we know who Warren Booth is. Shout out to Dr. Warren Booth. But Warren Booth, when it comes to emerald information, I'm constantly going to Warren, and it is kind of repetitive, but he's very nice to me about it. But he, at the end of the day, when he gives me advice, he says, you got to go with what your heart feels is what's best for that animal. Because even though somebody's telling you to do something specifically they've done, there might be something that you see that they've never seen that makes sense for you not to go that route. So, Matt Summers is more player than I thought, because I am a huge influence on him. I know it. And for him to just say, fuck it, I gotta do this and not tell MJ 4 weeks that I've had this fucking animal. Respect. I don't know how you did that, because I don't know. You couldn't do that. Could you? You would for sure be all up on our asses if you got a sick ass like chondro. And I don't know. What would be your approach, honestly, Calvin? Wouldn't you let us know? I feel like you would.
Not everybody.
But fuck everybody. I'm talking about the homies. I'm talking about us, like the management team in the group chat. Like, wouldn't you at least show us?
Not everybody.
What about me? Okay, fuck them. What about me? You would at least show me, right?
Not everybody.
I don't know what's going on.
No. Okay, realistically, I feel like I would, just because you do it so much to me. Whenever you get something that you really know that I love, you'll do it. Sometimes you won't even tell me. Sometimes you'll just say, oh, I got this. I got something coming.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm not saying shit anymore. I am gonna go the MSR Calvin route. I'm gonna keep shit to myself. And you know what? You want to know when you're gonna find out? On the vlog. That's how you guys are. I'm so never telling anybody nothing anymore. I'm only going to pull some vlog shit. I'm only going to vlog it now. So guess what? Find out on the next vlog, Calvin.
Okay. So if and when I breed green tree pythons, no one's going to know, including you, until the babies are eating and established.
okay, you need to slow your fucking roll because let's time out, mister.
Yeah, you see.
Wait. If you do, let's talk about if you do breed anything. What male are you using for one? Chapo.
I think it was the one that I'm currently paying for.
It doesn't matter about that. All I know is I have so much influence on that clutch. I'm literally handpicking what I want out of that clutch. You feel me?
Okay, after Calvin handpicks first.
Of course, but I'm saying like that's like, you know what I mean? Don't go there with me right now.
No, it is a pretty sick duo from you, and that's
Another thing too, bro. You have Chapo Supreme. Chapo Supreme sired my very first 2 chondro clutches. Okay, and not unfortunately, but his roster, I have did more, I have Nipsey Hussle. I got other heat. Like he did his work for me. God bless him. But now I want him to start someone else's foundation. And he would always say in the rotation, like I would always want him back. Don't get me wrong. Like if you ever never like had no plans for him, we would definitely have to have a plan for Chapo Supreme because he is a legendary snake and he's very good looking. Would you agree for a Numford? I mean, Numfords are all beautiful, but he's a beautiful Numford, bro.
Dude, I honestly, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the female. I love the female. I do. But dude, like I tripped out when I saw how much blue was on her, right?
Right.
And then when I got Chapo had even more.
Yeah. So listen, with these Numfords, because I'm pretty sure she's a Numford too, right? Or is she a BIAC? I can't remember.
She's a BIAC.
Okay. Oh, okay. Damn. Well, because Numfords signaturely known to get that blue hueness coming more and more as they get older. And as you notice by Chapo Supreme's mouth, yep, how blue all that shit is. So I'm glad you noticed that. Now, since we're kind of talking about meat potatoes, right, which is chondros, you know how much I love chondros. I know how much you love chondros. You know how much talk is talked about chondros on this podcast. And I know things you should be worried about. How is your approach with the chondro game right now? I mean, let's just say money is not a factor. Are you looking to acquire as many chondros? Are you trying to go slow with that? Like, what is your game plan with the chondros right now?
As of right now, the plan with the green tree pythons is I want to do a little bit of both. I want to do my best to kind of jump on any kind of opportunity for whether it be an adult, an adult female, or an adult male, because I'm in the position to where I probably could, not money wise, but I mean like as far as whether I get a male, I could use it for the female, or if I get a female, I could use it with the male. So I'm not at a big enough collection to where I can be like, oh, I don't need that, because right now I need any bit of what I kind of want, which is I think for me BIACs and Manakwaris are definitely my kind of my favorites so far as far as the localities go, and that's pretty much what I want to kind of stick with. I think is a lot of Manakwari. I think Gary's Manakwaris are probably my favorite.
You're not the only one to say that. I can tell you that much. I'm not the one saying that's not true, because Gary's Manakwaris, who produces hotter Manakwaris than fucking Gary? I mean,
yeah, no, Gary's is my favorite. And then as far as BIACs go, Patrick. That's yeah. I mean, Patrick's like godfather of BIACs.
Who's your favorite designer breeder right now? Don't ever disrespect my boy.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I think as far as what attracts me to them as in like the best way possible, probably it's Suck.
Yeah.
So
I mean, okay, let's talk about like private keeper rooms right now that are the hottest in the game. Like his room, bro. Like, talk about dreamy. And obviously you are in a position to where you will, sooner or later, you're going to be looking at your future new room. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be at mom and dad's forever. Obviously you've been grinding. So at some point you will hit a point where either you buy a new pad, or I'm able to afford to move you down here and you live on this property and you become the full-time trap farm maintenance guy, and you just hold it down. We make money, and I just podcast.
Unlimited chocolate milk, right?
Bro, listen. It doesn't seem like it takes much to make you happy, bro. Chocolate milk, good food. I will have all that taken care of. what we will need to talk about a figure, and that's what I'm scared of. And I'm wondering if that figure could be led to like productions, like, okay, I'll give you TIMOR or something. I gotta talk to your mom about this as well. Because listen, at the end of the day, I mean, I do want to do more with this podcast, and I do want more with the animals. Like, bro, you know where I'm getting at. I'm gonna need help. I'm scared for that day to happen, bro. Like I would pray to God it would be somebody like you, which I'm sure you and I wouldn't. I'm not just because you and I are homies doesn't mean it would be an easy fucking road. It would be probably we'd be going through it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's all about you're about the animals. I'm about the animals. Everything that we do is for the animals. Period. But what have you even thought about other than you gaining more snakes and projects and getting more ideas? Have you even thought about the plan on what you would potentially want to do with these animals once it's time to move?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's I like to think 2 to 3 years ahead of anything I'm doing, which is why I'm kind of redirecting the ball python stuff right now, because I'm going to play a big factor as far as what money goes into my collection. So that's why I'm redirecting that, because 2 years ago was when I started getting the ball pythons. So obviously now I planned for now, and now that I'm here, I'm trashing half of that and reinvesting it into something new for the next 2 or 3 years, and then that's kind of the game plan is when I move, it's to start. I love moves. I love moving things around. I love doing stuff. It's like a refresh.
You like new things. You like new chapters. You know what I mean? Like,
it's refreshing. It's very, very refreshing.
It's like you're almost in a hurry. It's like you're almost in a hurry to grow up. You just want to. It's like you want things to move already, and that's kind of typical at that age, obviously. Like,
but it sucks. It sucks not being able to have it happen though, and that's
it does suck because you're at mercy to your mom and dad.
Yeah, that, and it's like, dude, I'm 19. I'm in like I'm in like one of the most important parts of my life right now.
But dude, honestly, one thing, and we don't want to get. I mean, I will get into it, but I mean, you are blessed enough to have a mom and dad who give you what you have. You know what I mean? Like, when I remember when I was 18 and 19, I didn't have. My mom and dad were obviously there, but I mean, they were divorced, and it was a really bad situation, and either way, I feel like you should just be happy. I'm not telling you what to do, but like I think you are happy, and you know that you're in a place where you're able to build for now, and it will help you make these moves that you want to make once the time comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, no, it does. It does. I think it is what I want to do. I would like to do because a big part of me getting into the reptiles was like how I mentioned earlier, was the educational shows, was how someone came in and did a career day at our school and got to light up the whole room full of smiles, and I think and I was that one kid in the class that took to it, so I believe you can do that with any class, with any people, any group of people. So I think for me, at the end of the day, even if it doesn't become a business, I'm happy with what I have. If I were to just quit right now, I'm happy with what I have, but obviously I still want that growth, but I do want to get into the educational show side of things. That's definitely going to be something I'd like to do on the side. So
one thing that's very influential. I said that right. Influential. One thing that's very influential for people who just come into this game, Calvin, are looking at people who put in some years and are doing this full time, and they want to do it full time. They're just like, fuck, I want to do this full time. Is that even in your thought? Or do you feel like you would always keep that 9 to 5 just to make sure that this stuff is how it is now and you're not relying on it for money and anything like that?
I think about that more than I should. I think. I don't know if that's bad or good. But I think about, like how you said, 9 to 5, come home, do the reptiles, whatever, and then back to it next day. I think for me, I think that's the plan for now, until I get to the point where I can take that 9 to 5 Monday through Friday to maybe a 9 to 3 or something, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like 3 days a week, or whatever it is.
You're doing more part-time 9 to 5 and more of the snake breeding stuff.
Yeah, with the right budgeting.
But does that even mean if your job takes you somewhere where you're making bank? Like, what if you're making bank? Like, You know what I mean? Like, does that all determine too?
That does determine, because right now, I don't know what my career, not my career, but my job is going to be like in 5 years.
But are you looking for moves as far as looking to move up, or are you just kind of going through the motions right now? Like, and you can be real, like, like, are you just kind of getting by, or are you looking to take more ownership and making more money where you're at?
So right now, I'm actually working on getting my city business license for. Right now, I quit the asphalt a few months back, and I started getting into rain gutters, seamless gutters. So now I do that.
That explains all the hype pictures.
yeah.
Oh, so, I'm okay with it, but Matt Summers is a weaky peaky when it comes.
Oh
to
yeah.
hype picture.
I mean, you do have the occasional, oh, I hate you, because you'll open it up and you'll be, whatever. So, but yeah, no, I mainly do it to take off Matt. So I hope he's mid-bite of his food and it just comes out, and he's done. So
what a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. But yeah, so I think right now it's working on getting my city business license, because my boss, he knows I do good work for him, and he kind of needs it. So he wants to be able to send me out somewhere, and he's getting old. He's getting to the point where he would definitely like to be able to send people out for him. So less work for him and money still coming in. So. But also more money for me, because it's like kind of like a subcontract. So he would be able to take me out, and instead of getting my hourly, on the books, he'd be able to pay me for what the job is, have 50-50, So I think that'd be nice. A little bit extra cash coming in for me for exactly what I do, Tuesday through Friday already.
How practical is it though in your head though to do this for a full time? Like when you hear people talk about it, do you feel like, yeah, this is something that somebody for sure, if you're doing it right, it can easily happen? Or do you feel like it's kind of like good luck, like it's not everyone type of thing? And I don't know, how do you really see that?
I think it can. It depends about the heights, because you don't get me wrong, you can do the job from on one stories, one story buildings. But like if anything over one story is just extra money. You're doing the same thing on a one story as you are up on a 2-story. It's just more money. So it's like, and it's just the thought. And for me, people always ask me, like, well, aren't you afraid of heights? I'm like, well, not anymore. When I first started, I was. But when my third job that we went to when I first started, it was a 3-story building. So I'm up I'm up high, dude. It's actually a little bit more than a 3-story, because the slant of the driveway was slanted, so we had to go down lower.
I'm pretty sure you didn't understand what the fuck I just asked you, and you just went on some, I don't know what the fuck.
What did you ask?
I'm sorry. I'm cool, but no, I asked you what your opinion was about people breeding for full time. Like, do you feel like it's really practical? I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
I thought you meant you didn't say breeding.
I'm gonna let him finish. Let me just let him fucking finish right now.
No, yeah, you didn't say breeding, so I obviously thought you were still talking about, like, can you still do this as like a job? And I was like, all right, well, I mean, if that's where you want to
go, love it. I love it. Please, but no, I'm serious. What's your advice? Because I've talked about that purple shirt guy who tries to tell his audience, there's no point in investing in anything more than $1,000 snake. Like only $500,000 is like the only sellable snake, right? I'm trying to get your take on that, and also doing it for a full time, investing in the high dollar amount snakes and that shit.
I feel like if you're just now, like, would it be better to, like a point of view as if like you're just getting into the hobby? Is that what you're trying to get at? Like if you were just starting?
Exactly. Like, so like let's just say like you newcomers, right? You got JPs. Let's talk about the JPs, right? Like even though JP is a different bred, like JP's JP, right? But JP did come in. He did make quite a bit of noise, but he did back a lot of it up. You know what I mean? How many JPs are practical? I'm saying, like, do you feel like and like a lot more people could do that? Because there are other people out there doing it. Just JP's his own guy. You know what I mean? There's only one JP out there. But I'm just saying, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I feel like you can make noise either way. I feel like you could go the only spend $1,000 on. But I think you have to do a little bit of both, honestly. And I think that's what people kind of miss, is that if you go the lower end of getting some lower end females or whatever, you have to be smart with the recessives. You can't get. I honestly think if you're investing into snakes, ball pythons specifically that don't have a recessive, I don't think you'll get the the energy that you want back as far as how your business goes. I think you need to be in the recessive game, and I feel like if you want to go in the lower end of as far as budgeting goes, you want to spend that money on females, and then save up. Take your time because you can wait that time with your females, but I think save that money and put it into a nice male, and that's I think that's the lower end. Or you can go. A good example is Jacob's cousin that he just got into the hobby. Jacob Sybil's. I'm sorry, Jacob. Your last name, yeah. His cousin. He just helped him invest into a DG clown project. And it's like he's saving tons of time and just getting straight in the money. But again, he had the money to spend. So it's like you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to do, what suits best for your life, how much time and money you're willing to invest. They're all factors, and I feel like it's hard to figure out on your own. So you got to put yourself in a good position with good people. So
huge. Okay, first off, kudos. Okay, that's good how you broke that down, but the good people part is the biggest part. I feel like, right?
Exactly.
But also, dude, if you're not in a rush, you'll be fine. Just don't be in a rush. I mean, I feel like that's the biggest thing. You'll be fine if you're not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? And so many people. Like it's not bad to be influenced by the Miguels and Aussies and JKRs, but dude, you're not in their lane. They're in a way different area than you. So I don't know. I mean, this one thing like I said, Calvin, I always admire is how you're not in a rush to want to be something you're not. Like you're literally figuring things out as you're going along, and I feel like that's what everyone needs to do is stop trying to fucking act like you already figured out on year one. When you have a lot more to fucking figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one thing that I couldn't stand is like, people pairing snakes up and they call themselves, snake breeders and shit like that. Just by pairing them up, like they're so happy to put snake breeder on their fucking profile, which I'm happy for you. But really, is that what you're waiting for that fucking label? You know what I mean? Chill out. Chill out. Like,
yeah. I agree with you as far as like how you said that you kind of liked taking things as I go,
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people are scared of that because when people there are very organized people that like to have it done before they start, have their project done before they start in a way is kind of like that's kind of how I see it, and sometimes it works. Don't get me wrong, if it works for them, it works. That's them. But I mean. I think a lot of people too are scared to figure out things on the way. And don't get me wrong, it also can be bad. There will be things that you will. It's exactly how you put it. Figuring it out as you go. You're gonna have the bad days. You're gonna have the good days, and I think that's a good thing to do because I think for me, I know that these past 2 years and then this year. I think anything that's negative will only just put me in a better position the next year, So I think I appreciate that. So,
yeah, and I will say too, bro. At the end of the day, I feel like I don't know. I feel like you getting my TIMORs, right? Like I mean, I could easily give those to Andrew or somebody but I'm not. But still, like you getting them, I feel like just what happened because it was just meant to happen. You know what I mean? And you never pushed it. You know what I mean? I was just letting you know because you're like, I had a vent. I had to be like, yo, I got to let these go. Like, and you're like, oh, I'll swoop. And I was like, what? I was like, but anyways, as you're going along, Calvin, you're seeing things aligning with what you want out of this. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Calvin, we're going to have to do the phone, bro. Can we do the phone? Because this is that. Yeah. Maybe 20-ish more minutes, but I can't. Yeah, let's do the phone. Let's do it. Here we go. I tried, and I did tell him, but I kept hearing like an echo, and it's not crazy. Like I've had way worse echoes on this show, but it was just enough for me to just be like. Anyways, hope he comes back correct. How's everyone doing out there? Thanks for hanging out. Let's get the likes up for my boy. If you're just now tapping in, hit that like for the homie Calvin. Great episode, loving it. Seriously, loving it. Believe in this kid a lot, man. There's a lot going on, but yeah, we're wrap things up here just in a few minutes. I got 20 more minutes or so before we get things wrapped up. But I do appreciate everyone, man. I hope everyone's having a good night. Hey, listen, I do want to say shout out to my boy Angel, Reptile Club 310. Got his first clutch yesterday. Was it yesterday, bro? Man, this guy went through the ringer, as I did too, okay? This poor guy kept posting pictures in our group chat saying, prelay shed. I was like, oh, damn, I don't think so, big dog. But here it is. Actually, one of them was a prelay shed. So congratulations to my boy, Angel. Please go give him a follow on Instagram, Patreon homie, day one, all day, every day. And never forget this feeling. Your first clutch, Angel. What a time, bro. What a time. All right, here we go. Look, dude, even the fucking look how handsome you are. We should have fucking did this a long time ago. Bro,
Okay, can you wait? Hold on.
Lighting's better. You literally, you shortcutted the visuals of this podcast by an hour. Look at that. We can see him. You don't look pixeled. Oh my God.
Sorry.
All right, here he is. We're gonna end this really, really well.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good. Just letting you know, I'm at 19% on my phone, and my charging port it's done. I have to. Okay, so let's go.
How do you charge your phone?
I have a wireless charger, so I sit the phone on top of it.
Okay, listen. Let's. I guess let's wrap it up. Fuck. I mean,
No, let's keep. I'll let you know when it's at like 5. I'll let you know when it's at 5. Let's go.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we have hot seat questions too, but let's just get into it.
Right,
do you remember what we were talking about before all this?
the TIMORs, letting the TIMORs go.
Oh yeah. Okay. My bad. Okay. Things landing in your lap. Okay. Which let's talk about what the aspirations are as far as you wanting to breed. Like for instance, if you had chondros ready right now to breed, do you feel like you'd want to pair them up right now, or do you feel like you want a better time and place for that project to go down?
Probably a better time and place, just because of the room situation. I want separate rooms for my arboreals. So I
was
think
going to ask you that because I was going to do you have plans on putting the ball pythons and the higher temp stuff on their own little thing, and then you like what I'm doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I do want to I want to have separate rooms for everything. I want to have the ball pythons, the white lips, and the scrubs in one room, and then I want to have the green trees, the emeralds, and whatnot all in the other room, a different room. So,
all right. Well, listen, this wrap up questions actually could be pretty lengthy because I'm gonna want a lot of your feedback on this. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, bro, check it out, man. You if it's one thing that and not from me, okay. Even though I am drama sometimes, and there are drama that can arise from what I'm doing, which I try to avoid very, very good nowadays. But let's talk about like drama happening to big breeders, right? Like even breeders that are like top of the game, right? If you were to buy something from a breeder, Calvin, right? And the snake just wasn't what it was. What is something you would do in that position? Are you somebody to just go to that person and see if it could get settled and whatever happens, or do you feel like you're somebody that would want to get exposure off of it? Like, what would be your take on this? I'm curious, like in any situation, like, and let's just say that this animal was from a big breeder, a big, well-known breeder. Just curious.
You're talking about quality, right, of the animal?
Whatever. I mean, you see something that you bought, you get it, and it's whatever the case is. It's not good. Let's just say it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think I think in my opinion the first option would be going back to the who you got it from, and see if you can settle something as respectful as possible, though. I feel like that's key to anything, is just being respectful as far as what you say, and how you say it. Because you never want to give them a reason to try to give you backlash,
Right.
and if that's not working with them, and you realize that they're just not that type of person, then move on, and then just try to do your best with the animal. Sell it if you can, let people know the conditions, or if you want to.
I feel like by you just not spending any more money with that person is good. Like you are fine with that, right?
Because, that's it.
That's it. Like, I mean, because at the end of the day, like, there is a certain point in time where things need to be addressed. And I can tell you right now, there are some things happening right now that will get addressed. They should be addressed. It's not okay. But then I'm talking about more of the commonly thing where, things happen. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there are so many avenues you could take versus going to an FBI page or going to a fucking just going to an exposure route. Like there are certain routes you can take, like you just said, politely going to the person and seeing if they're willing to work with you. Okay. But I will say this though, Calvin, if you were to go to that big breeder and you politely went to them and you got really bad treatment, like let's just say, like you were like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like getting called, basically that you're a liar, all this shit, even getting blasted on their platforms. Then what would you do? What would be your take then, you feel like?
I think defend yourself as possible, as much as possible, not to the extent of wanting to carry on the situation, but
Right.
just addressing the matters at hand, and then
Right.
once you've done that, then call it and let the people decide. It's not your place to tell someone, oh, you're crazy, which they might be, but I mean, it's not your place to sit there and try to act differently. I think be who you are, be respectful, address the matter, and then move on. There's no point in wasting time.
We've both picked up animals from a certain importer where we went through it. You know what I mean? We've that's what we were laid off of it, but I mean, do we still talk about it? No. It's like it's such a thing in the past, but you almost gotta not want these things to happen, but accept it when it does, because this is part of the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. What you do is not spend money with the person anymore, first and foremost. And then obviously, like Calvin said, defend yourself. You know what I mean? And there are certain people that do need to get involved. And I don't know, like I said, the stuff that is happening right now is potentially bad enough to where it could really fuck someone's dreams over. It could really like diminish things that they're building just by adding this wrong animal. I'm not getting into any details yet. This will all be aired out at some point. So I'm just saying, Calvin, before we get into the hot seat questions, what is a move that you make to this day? What is something that Calvin does, a 101 that he does before he purchases any snake? Like, and I'm talking about what do you do? How to break it down? What are the moves you make?
I kind of go by this, and I've always kind of gone by this is there's two, and don't, it happens sometimes anyways, but there's too many examples around you of what not to do to mess up. So right. I feel like do your research first, definitely get in, and rather than asking someone, because people seem to only ask the questions as far as what's the temps, what's humidity, and just the simple basic questions, rather than asking what can go wrong, what can go wrong. And I feel like that's something I look into before I jump into something is like with the green tree pythons. It's what's the easiest way to bring in Nido, what's like the easiest way, and Nido's great topic nowadays, but anyways,
it's the topic.
It's whatever. But
it's real. It's out there. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, sorry, but yeah, no, I think proceed, like the caution part. I think you should take the caution part more seriously, but don't be scared. I think don't be scared of it, because being scared of it will only hold you back. And that's why I jumped in. I was cautious, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't scared of people like no. And I love Jason from JH Pythons, right? But when I talked to him at the show, I looked for my white lips, and he had a pair of them, and he was like, I'm getting rid of them. So and so already bought them,
Yeah, well, who bought them? I forgot.
Ryan, Reptile dad.
Oh right, yeah, Ryan McVeigh. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. He goes and he bought them at that show, like before the show opened.
Right.
Went over to the table and grabbed the pair. Yeah. And but I'm talking to Jason, and he's like, no man, he's like, are you sure you want white lips? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, I don't know. He's like, these aren't, just for beginners. They're not, you can't hold these. They're all bitey. They're jack you up, and I'm like, well, thanks. Great for, for letting me know. I'm like,
And I'm like, okay, so cool. Where can I get them? And then he's just like, I think Dan has some back there, a couple tables down. And I'm like, cool. I'll talk to you later, man. Followed him on Instagram, and I was gone. Went to Dan's table, got my white lip, and I was out.
Bro, I mean, at the end of the day, like even a comp white lip will light you up. They just have that personality. They don't like their face touch. Don't brush in front of them. But you could hold them. You could easily hold this shit on white lip. And one thing, dude, shout out to the boy Jason. JH is my boy. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's starting to post things again. He's been through a lot. Shout out to my boy JH. Follow him on Instagram. But me and Jesse from Miguel's brother from AEP, we used to make fun of fucking Jason because anytime he was handling his white lip, this fool was wearing like 2 hoodies.
Yeah, no.
He's all like coated up. It's like June. I'm like, bro, why are you wearing a hoodie? Oh man, you gotta wear a hoodie. I'm like, dude, this is.
Yeah, that's
God.
not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pulling them out that's the hardest part. Once you have them out, you're fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, but like, dude, you ain't gonna get hurt, bro. Like their bites ain't. I mean, you'll bleed a tiny bit. You know what I mean? I've been bit really, like the one Matt Summers got really fucking got me really good. Like I'm talking about latched on. I was like, oh my god, and still, it went away. It hurt. Don't get me wrong. Like as far as like it was sore on my hand, but it wasn't anything like a retic bite. It's not anything where like, oh my god, you're gonna get gashed open. So you just gotta fucking just take it. You know what I'm saying? But like everyone needs to get bit, bro. You just gotta getting bit isn't shit depending on the species. Don't get me twisted. You know what I mean? But for the most part, bro, getting bit is just part of the game, bro. What are you gonna do? You know?
I'm still waiting for the bites, dude. I
haven't been bit yet.
Okay. I have been bit, but not
like a hog nose.
No. I think the first bite was a ball python, but that was like it was just a strike. You know, it wasn't anything crazy. But the second bite was a white lip, and I got one of the teeth like stuck in my finger.
So from a baby.
It was a baby though. Yeah, I was. Yeah. But anyways, that's that.
Okay. What a good episode, my man. Let's get these hot seat questions in. That way, before your fucking phone dies. I'm not gonna lie though. This definitely went smoother than I thought. Even though it wasn't the smoothest podcast, I really thought there were more difficulties. Anyways,
wow. Thanks.
All right. Listen, hot seat questions coming in hot for the. I would take another sip of water too because these.
But you said you wanted to go more in depth with the hot seat questions. So am I giving you the one word answers?
No, we're not getting depth. I don't want an in-depth answer.
That's what you said.
No, I don't. I don't need you to JP anything right now. No JP.
Okay, yeah, no JP. All
right. Hot seat questions coming in hot for my man Calvin. You ready, Calvin?
Yeah.
Here we go. Corn tortilla.
Wait. Sorry.
Why weren't you wearing that the whole time?
Woo!
Oh my god.
Let's hit it. It's for Matt. Matt told me to do it, so
you should have done it from the beginning. Okay, here we go. You ready? Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Flour tortilla.
Refried beans or pinto beans?
Refried.
Frozen thawed or live?
Frozen thawed.
A cut or no cut?
A cut.
Cut on what day?
I don't know yet.
Respect. I like that answer because that's true. You don't know yet. Wow, I love it. Okay, red chondro neo or yellow chondro neo?
Red.
Northern emerald tree boa or basin emerald tree boa?
Basin.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Pre-first shed meal or post-first shed meal?
Post.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Yay.
One import one reptile you would import today if you can. Any reptile you can think of.
Moluccan.
Nice. One reptile nobody should ever import ever again. Leave it alone.
Croc monitor.
Respect. To miss a ball python or to not miss the ball python?
To not miss.
You would not spray a ball python?
Oh, I thought you said miss. Like if you miss the snake. No.
Wait, what?
Miss. No,
miss?
I thought miss. Like
miss?
leaving. Goodbye.
Miss. Oh, got it. All right, I'm not going to say missed anymore. To spray a ball python.
Or to spray.
To spray a chondro or to not spray a chondro?
Spray.
Awesome. Big flexor or no flexor? Don't lie.
No flexor.
You're a fucking liar. You big flex your boots and everything, bro. He's lying. He's capping. He's cowboy capping right now. This is ridiculous. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Ribeye. Bone in.
Well, I was gonna say yay alcohol or boo alcohol, but don't be a degenerate. You can't drink yet.
Don't look under my truck seat.
Oh my!
No, I'm just
wow!
kidding. Just kidding.
Oh.
It's a joke. I love you, Mom.
Oh,
It's a
go
joke.
look at it. Truck
It's a joke. It's a joke,
Jesus.
Mom.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
West Coast.
Favorite country singer?
Billy Currington.
Favorite country song when you have a heartbreak? Like heartbroken. What's your favorite country song when your heart is just not going there?
That's not fair. I have like a playlist of like 200 of them.
That one, but there's that one that just slaps. You know what I mean? Like that one, like your heart is going through it. She just left. She's out the door. What's that country song that Calvin would play?
Homesick by Kane Brown.
Oh, okay. Respect. Don't even know what the fuck that is. Probably. a
Yeah,
good
I
one.
know you don't.
Okay. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. Cowboy boots.
Leather.
Milk.
Moo.
Cocoa.
Husk.
Stuck shed.
Ugh.
Mites.
Ugh.
FedEx shipping.
Ugh. Gosh.
Instagram trolls.
Who?
Exactly. All right, this is an important one. I hope you're fucking ready. But if you had to pick one breeder to go work for, and it's either me, where you could work with all the rare species and unlimited chocolate milk, or work with Miguel Garcia with only ball pythons and you're getting paid a lot of money. Which one would you do?
This is a hard one.
I need an answer. And this
No, I'm joking. It's not hard. Miguel doesn't like me, so I'm going for I'm the real Garcia. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Miguel's texting me.
I'm the real Garcia.
I'm the real Garcia. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why.
Oh my God! So you pick me then? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
100%.
bro. Calvin? I love you, dog. Honestly, thank you for being a homie. Honestly, thank you. You get some of my days. You help me get by just by being so fucking funny. I'm telling you right now. But on all honesty, bro, you're a loyal motherfucker. Not only to me, but people you really ride for. I could tell that you have a lot of heart, bro. So thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for being a day one. I will say we had up to 70 people at one point in the building, all here to support you. What do you have to say to all your support, everyone out there who's fucking with you, bro?
Thank you so much. I know I'm still not quite there as far as the posting game as a lot of other people are, but I promise, it'll get to that point. And you can see a lot more of what I have. Yeah, thank you, and more to come for sure.
By the way, head of trap security of the Patreon page, don't fuck with us. I'm telling you, right? You don't want this cowboy.
You don't want the smoke, dude. You don't want the smoke.
This cowboy problem. And Antoine Hood's a black belt. Just don't fuck with us. Hey, listen, it's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Calvin Garcia.
See you guys.
Dude, I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you so much, dog. You have a good night. Okay?
You too.
Fuck. He should have went from his phone the whole time. Saving his battery, didn't have a charger. God damn, kid. Fuck, but he's, come on, dude. That's like the kind of shit that Stephen Cush would do during our podcast. Is like, I don't have my charger. Okay, that's what reminds me that you're fucking 18, 19, even though you're a legendary animal keeper. What are you going to do? Anyways, thank you so much. Amazing episode. Thank you so much for showing up for my homie Calvin. I'm telling you right now, man, young kid has it. Future looks bright. Shout out to his parents, I want to say. Papa Garcia, Mama Garcia, thank you so much for raising such an awesome kid. I'm always going to have his back. He's well protected. I can tell you that much. So when he comes down eventually and lives with me, I'm going to take care of him. I promise. No, I'm not kidding. I'm seriously going to. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Listen, we have an amazing week. Like, this is just the start of this week. This week is going to be banging, okay? You want to know how? You want to know why? Because I finally got somebody coming on the show. It took me 2 years. And I heard through the grapevine, I'm going to ask him this. I heard through the grapevine that he said to somebody that he wouldn't come on my show. I don't know why, but when I heard this over a year ago, I was like, oh, great. Keith McPeak doesn't want to come on my show. I got all down about it. But guess what? He's coming on the show. My boy, Keith McPeak. This guy's a fucking legend, bro. I'm telling you right now. One of the biggest reasons why I stay fucking with Facebook is so I could stay in taps with the homie Keith McPeak. This guy inspires the heaviest hitters in the game. I'm telling you right now, I've been following this gentleman's work before he kind of started slowing things down with his projects, but the guy's knowledge is through the roof. He has some amazing herp stories, I'm sure, and the guy's very passionate about Sanzinias, boas. Obviously, look at the Bolins that he's holding, man. I just cannot wait to tap in with Keith McPeak. Took me 2 years, okay? 2 fucking years. I'm excited. It's happening this Thursday night, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Go down in the link below, set that reminder. You don't want to miss it. And then, that being said, if you notice, Keith McPeak's episode is the 199th episode. What does that mean after that? Episode 200. That's right. We're going to have the 200th Trap Talk episode special with Marcus and Jane Mandic from Marcus Jane Reptiles. Only MJ, you hear that? Only MJ could pull Marcus and Jane on the fucking podcast, and you best believe that. Cannot wait to catch up with these two. Very inspiring couple, I can tell you that much. All right, these people inspire the heaviest of the heaviest, and it's going to be awesome. It's going down. It's going to be a daytime sesh too, so be ready. Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. You don't want to miss this. Canada, stand up. Where we at, Canada? I know you're stoked for this one. Canada loves Marcus Jane Reptiles. Marcus and Jane. Anyways, good stuff. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Please hit that subscribe button. Don't be no Gilligan. Please, man. Support your boy. This is my full-time gig. I'm trying to grind. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Calvin, good job, buddy. You did not choke in any way other than not using your phone from the beginning, but that's my boy. All right. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you guys Thursday night, and I'm out. Cheers.